What's up, Trendix crew? Get ready for a lightning-fast update that's going to blow your mind. First up, we're talking Prairie Operating and the incredible buzz around their latest operational progress and a massive surge of insider confidence. This energy player is making serious moves, and you need to hear about it. Next up, prepare to be mesmerized. We're diving deep into the world of Phantom Blade Zero, a game that's not just gorgeous but brutally fresh, and it's poised to be the next big thing out of China. Get ready for a preview that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Then, we shift gears to the financial markets where Ashland is under the microscope. With recent market weakness, analysts are taking a fresh look at Ashland's valuation, and the numbers might surprise you. Is this a hidden gem or a market trap? And finally, we're looking at Sunrun as broader market jitters about the U.S. economy hit, but this solar giant is still expanding its grid services. What does this mean for the future of renewable energy? Don't go anywhere. We've got all the details and more. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. Prairie Operating is a buy. Insider confidence fuels valuation debate. Prairie Operating, prop, is catching major attention after a series of impressive operational milestones and a significant boost in insider confidence. The company has successfully brought multiple wells online, reported strong initial rates from recent acquisitions, and is pushing forward with an aggressive drilling and completion schedule. This renewed activity, coupled with positive insider buying, has investors reevaluating prop's market position. Despite a challenging past year where the stock has seen declines, these developments arrive at a critical juncture. Management's focus on ambitious long-term projects and technical advancements signals a clear intent to translate operational success into shareholder value. The key question now is whether the current stock price accurately reflects this potential, or if the market is already pricing in future growth. Valuation metrics suggest Prairie Operating might be undervalued, trading at a price-to-sales ratio of 1.2x, below the industry average of 1.6x. This metric is particularly relevant for the volatile energy sector, indicating the market may be underestimating prop's revenue growth potential. If the company meets its ambitious targets, this discount could offer significant upside. However, persistent net losses and a steep long-term stock decline present considerable risks. While peer comparisons point to undervaluation, a definitive fair value remains elusive due to data limitations in discounted cash flow models. Investors are left weighing the current valuation against these uncertainties. Don't look away just yet, because the strategies behind these market moves are fascinating. Next, we're heading into the visually stunning and brutally challenging world of Phantom Blade Zero. Phantom Blade Zero, a stunning blend of brutality and Chinese aesthetics. Get ready for Phantom Blade Zero, the action-adventure game from S-Games that's poised to be a massive breakout for Chinese-developed titles. After its jaw-dropping debut, the latest preview reveals a game that masterfully blends traditional wuxia martial arts with steampunk elements, creating an experience that feels both familiar and refreshingly unique. While it shares DNA with Souls-like games, Phantom Blade Zero carves its own path, leaning more towards the fast-paced, challenging combat of titles like Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden. Players step into the role of Soul, an elite assassin, navigating a world that prioritizes tight, deliberate encounters over sprawling exploration. The combat is a standout, featuring fluid, motion-captured animations from real martial artists that give every strike a cinematic weight. The game introduces a deep yet accessible combat system with traditional mechanics like blocking and dodging, augmented by unique elements such as brutal moves and unblockable killer moves. Mastering these, along with the Shakai resource system that powers special abilities, is key to survival. Players can wield a variety of weapons, from dual sabers to greatswords, each channeling energy differently, with character progression allowing mastery of ancient martial arts paths. Visually, Phantom Blade Zero is a masterpiece, running on Unreal Engine 5 and boasting richly detailed, dark, atmospheric environments that fuse Chinese architecture with steampunk machinery. The level design supports focused combat while allowing for meaningful exploration and optional content that influences multiple endings. Despite its difficulty, the game rewards player skill and thoughtful decision-making, promising a deeply satisfying experience. This game is shaping up to be a must-play, but the market's always got its own drama. We're shifting our focus next to Ashland, where a fresh look at valuation is revealing some intriguing possibilities. Ashland valuation under scrutiny amid market weakness. Ashland, ASH, is currently the subject of intense scrutiny as analysts take a fresh look at its valuation in the wake of broader market weakness. The prevailing narrative suggests the company is significantly undervalued, with its estimated fair value far exceeding its current share price. This reassessment comes as the global shift towards sustainable and bio-based materials gains traction, a trend that directly benefits Ashland's specialty chemicals portfolio. With a renewed focus on high-value, sustainable, and compliant solutions, the company is positioned for long-term revenue growth and margin resilience. Analysts are betting on a significant financial turnaround, viewing Ashland as a potential sleeper pick. The reported fair value for Ashland stands at $64.70, indicating a substantial undervaluation according to this analysis. This optimistic outlook is driven by bold growth expectations and the anticipated rapid financial turnaround. The market's current pricing appears to be overlooking these promising developments. However, challenges remain. Persistent weak demand in key markets and potential shifts in consumer trends could impede Ashland's growth trajectory and limit its margin improvements. Furthermore, when viewed through the lens of market ratios, Ashland appears expensive compared to the broader U.S. chemicals sector, creating a dichotomy with the optimistic fair value assessment. This raises questions about which perspective the market will ultimately trust. Will Ashland's growth story unfold as predicted, or will market headwinds prevail? Up next, we're talking about Sunrun and how it's navigating economic jitters while powering the future of solar. Sunrun navigates economic jitters with solar expansion. Sunrun is facing market headwinds following renewed concerns about the U.S. economy, sparked by significant job market data revisions and commentary from banking leaders. While these macro fears can be tough to interpret for individual stocks, Sunrun's operational story remains compelling. The company has shown significant momentum this year, with its stock surging over 60% in the past 3 months, despite a challenging longer-term trend. This recent performance underscores the growing demand for renewable energy solutions. The current market dip presents a critical question for investors. Is this a buying opportunity, or is the market already factoring in future growth? Sunrun's current share price is considered by many to be close to fair value, reflecting a balance between optimistic growth projections and caution regarding persistent risks. A key driver of this valuation is the company's aggressive scaling of its storage and grid services. Sunrun is rapidly enrolling customers into its battery programs, aiming to provide significant dispatchable energy by 2029. This expansion is expected to fuel substantial recurring revenue growth and enhance long-term margins as demand for grid support increases. The calculated fair value for Sunrun is $15.92, suggesting the stock is currently priced about right. However, investors must consider ongoing cost pressures and the potential expiration of key solar tax credits, which could pose significant challenges if market conditions shift unfavorably. While price-to-sales metrics place Sunrun reasonably within its sector, the full picture requires a deeper dive into forward-looking assumptions about growth, profitability, and operating leverage. Can Sunrun's innovative grid services overcome economic uncertainty and policy shifts? Stay tuned, because our lightning round recap is coming up next. And that's a wrap on today's explosive news. We saw Prairie Operating making big moves with insider confidence, Phantom Blade Zero stunning us with its brutal beauty, Ashland's valuation getting a critical reevaluation, and Sunrun powering through economic jitters with solar expansion. Don't miss out on the next big thing. Hit that like button, subscribe to Trendix for all your breaking news, and ring that notification bell so you're the first to know. Follow us on all social platforms for more exclusive content. We'll see you in the next one.